Hey everyone, Chef Leroy here, and I'm in the kitchen, as you can see, and today I'm going to do a little project. I'm actually going to slow cook some whole chicken. I'm going to do them in my slow cooker that I have, and I'm doing the chicken for a soup. I picked up the chicken at Costco. They come in these 2 packs of chicken. You can either get the standard chicken or you can get the organic. I usually just get standard chicken because it's cheaper, and I'm just basically using the chicken for a soup. Okay, I'm gonna make a chicken and rice soup. Right now I've got both my chickens in my roaster right here. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm also gonna use some chicken stock, which I also picked up from Costco. And in the pot, I have carrot, celery, and onion, a little bit of dry thyme, and some bay leaf. But I'll show you what the chickens look like in my roaster and show you what to set it at. And well, let's get to the roasting pan. Okay, now the roasting pan is, this is my Wolf multi-cooker, and it has an insert pan that comes in and out. Really nice stainless steel. I love this thing. Does all kinds of different functions, but anyway, so what I do is I put my vegetables mostly all in the bottom. It helps keep the chicken from burning to the bottom if your pot gets too hot. And just so you know, I've got basically 2 juicer carrots in here, and they're rough chopped. You can see here they're just coins. So I got some on the bottom. I threw a few on top. There's celery in here also, just kind of rough chopped. Here's a piece here. I've got about 2 celery stalks in there that are in the bottom, chopped up, 2 large ones. And then I got a half of a yellow onion also chopped up in the bottom. And then I've got about a half teaspoon of dry thyme, and I've got 3 bay leaves in there too, just to add a little bit of flavor. All right, now I don't know how much stock really to use, only because I know that the chicken will release its own liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and use probably just one of these containers. And this is a 32 ounce or 1 quart carton of chicken stock. This Costco brand is pretty good. It's also organic too. All right, that might be too much liquid. It's kind of right up to the top here. But I'm gonna slow cook this. The chicken will, there will be some evaporation as well. So I don't know that I'm gonna worry about it too much. I'm also gonna cook it pretty low, all right? So go ahead and get the cover on. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my unit here, and I'll bring the camera around so you can see how it looks in the front here. Okay, the lights are blinking. That means that it's on, right? Now I've got it in the manual mode where I'm gonna leave it. And I'm gonna use this selector button here just to kind of toggle through the different temperature zones, okay? So this is low, and I'm gonna hit start, okay? Now this pan was in my refrigerator all night with the chicken in it. So everything's really cold. It's gonna take several hours for that chicken even to start getting hot. But I'll go over that later when we know basically when the chicken is done. I'll show you what that looks like and how it all came out. All right, well, that's what I got for you now, and we'll get back to you some hours from now. All right, guys, I'm back at my pot here, and it has been cooking for 8 hours on low. So let's go ahead and take the cover off. Show you what the chicken looks like. I was really nervous because when I first put that in there, and these chickens are pretty crowded, I used a whole quart of my chicken stock. And it's pretty high up on the level of this pot. And I was super nervous that this thing was gonna cook over because that would be a big problem, because if it did, it would go down inside here and probably damage the unit, right? But it didn't do that. And the liquid did go up just a little bit, but not a lot. So what I'll do now is I'll check the temp. And I mean, it's like 180 degrees, so it's more than done. I mean, you always wanna go into the thick part of your meat to check your temps, but it's all the same. So that looks fantastic. Now, the trick is to get it out of the pan without, all right, I got a roasting pan here. I'm gonna throw them into here, but I gotta be really careful. So use a pair of tongs, because the chicken's probably gonna literally just fall apart, which it's doing. Whoops. Okay, before we have any damage, we're gonna shut this off. Amazing chicken stock, because that's really what I was trying to achieve here. And then what you'll do is strain out all the vegetables and you know, pieces that are still in there. So then you have just a really terrific stock. And with all this meat, you're gonna pull it, and that will be added to the soup. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be using all the chicken from 2 chickens, but I'll use a pretty good amount of it, I think. Sorry, I'm gonna try to turn this chicken. It's a big one here. Okay. All right. Legs just fell off. First time I cooked it like this, so usually I boil my chicken in a pot, but I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna be home all day, so let's try doing it in my slow cooker, which is like nothing more than just a fancy crock pot. There you go. All right, I got the colander in a bowl in the sink. Go ahead and pour that in there. It's a piece of chicken right here. Pull that out of there because we don't want to lose that meat. That's it. And there you have it. Chicken stock in a crock pot. But that's how you do it. All right, that's all I got, guys. All right, guys, that concludes the video on making chicken stock using a slow cooker, okay? I have the Wolf multi-cooker, and I think it's a really fantastic piece of equipment. Again, this cooked for 8 hours, nice and low and slow. Yes, I was a little concerned about the level of the liquid. That was kind of my big nervous thing today, that it was going to be going over, but everything worked out fantastic. And again, I used 1 quart of chicken stock in there, right there. And it was literally right to about the top of that pan, as I showed in the video. So that was making me a bit nervous that I was going to come home to a mess. Didn't happen, so I'm very pleased about that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed up to this point. Subscriptions just let you know when I drop a video out there. And otherwise, you guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy, and out.